Austen Lane, ESPN 690, and Action Sports Jacks. 3 takeaways, 3 observations. 11 in a row for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They lose a nail biter, 27-24. A roller coaster of a game. If you're watching the Jets game for special implications, I feel bad for you because you probably had a heart attack. There was a lot going on in these 2 games with draft order at the forefront. But I don't get paid to talk about the draft order. I get paid to break these games down and give my observations. So let's get into it. First observation, this Jaguars defense. We saw today a mixture of safety blitzes. We saw a mixture of linebacker blitzes. And I think, they got home twice. They put pressure in Kirk Cousins' face. They held Minnesota under 30 points, which is a plus because they are high-powered. But at the end of the day, when you let Dalvin Cook run for 120 yards, when you let Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen have a field day, I think they each had a touchdown apiece, you're not going to win a lot of games. I thought Joe Schobert looked better today a little bit. Obviously, he had that touchdown, which was huge. The Jaguars caused a couple turnovers. I thought Miles Jack playing from end to end looked great again as well. Really made a name for himself in that first half. But overall, there's such a fine line between bending and breaking, and the Jaguars were teeter-tottering through that all day. Especially in the second half of the Vikings, where Cousins kind of seemed to take over a little bit. So, was it the worst showing you've ever seen from the Jaguars defense? No. But do you feel good about them winning games, giving up that many yards on the ground, through the air? Obviously not. Observation number 2, this offense. And listen, James Robinson, once again, looked pretty good. I liked how they're using him a little more out of the back end in terms of receiving. I like to see that a lot. I think he's very capable. And I'm glad that Jay Gruden is giving him a chance to succeed as a receiver as well. We even saw him split out as a one receiver a couple times. I wonder if going forward now, if they start using some more formations like that and actually get him involved in the passing game, even when he split out wide, a la like an Alvin Kamara, like a Nyheim Hines, somebody like that. So that'll be interesting to see. I thought Colin Johnson had another great day, showing his size, showing his athleticism. That one long pass towards the sideline in the first half, that was beautiful. And you want to see more of that. You want to see more of that in the end zone. I think that guy in Colin Johnson, he's definitely earning some more reps. And we talk about Chris Conley, who's struggling this year. I think that you have a guy in Colin Johnson who's young, obviously his first year, could be a staple going forward. I think you get that guy the ball and as many reps as possible to see what this guy is truly made of in his first year. But at the end of the day, when we're talking about the offense, we're talking about the field general, and that guy being Mike Glennon. Now, we heard throughout the week Doug Marrone saying that Mike Glennon gives us the best chance. Didn't say the best chance to win, said gives us the best chance. So maybe that's the best chance to get Trevor Lawrence. Maybe it's the best chance to put the offense in a predicament. But when you go over Mike Glennon's numbers, and I think 28 for 42, 280 yards, take that off the table. Don't care about that. Yes, he had a touchdown, but it was one of the luckiest touchdowns that you're ever going to see. It should have been an interception. It bounced off the corner of the safety's arms, basically, right into Laviska's hands. So a very lucky pass. It's still a touchdown. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than skilled. But then you talk about 2 interceptions, and you talk about another fumble. So you had a lot of turnovers today if you're Mike Glennon. And as far as poise in the pocket, I didn't see it towards the end. Did not like how they didn't get DJ Chark involved at all. There was a lot of balls thrown to him, but not a lot of them were on the money. And this leads right into my third observation. And this is going to fall on the coaching of what exactly happens now going forward. Because you have a fan base, right? And you have a bunch of people in the media saying, this team's got to lose, go get Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, and I understand that. But it's not Doug Marrone's job to tank. It's not, I don't think it's really even Shad Khan's job to tank. Now, maybe maybe he's thinking something differently, but it's definitely not this team's job to tank. And when I'm saying this, I'm thinking about those guys in the locker room because I've been there before. These guys want to win. You saw it today. You saw it with the effort. Obviously, the Vikings were a huge favorite, and the Jaguars were having none of that. Now, yes, they came up short, and that's all that matters at the end of the day is the wins and losses. But what I'm trying to say is this team is still trying to win. So if this team is still trying to win, and you have the Tennessee Titans coming to Duval this up-and-coming Sunday, if you don't put Gardner Minshew back in as your leader, as your quarterback, and keep in mind what happened last year, the Titans were playing in Jacksonville. That was Thursday night. That was Gardner Minshew's coming out party. So if this coaching staff tells us that Mike Glennon gives us the best chance to win against the Tennessee Titans, then congratulations, you played yourself. Because then, obviously, the goal is clear. You're tanking, you're trying to get Trevor Lawrence, and you're trying to secure Justin Fields. Simple as that. If Gardner Minshew gets the start this up-and-coming Sunday, well then, obviously, winning is the number one priority, at least in that locker room, between those guys and those coaches. So it's simple. I'm going to wait back, I'm going to chill, and I'm going to see how this team handles this roster move at the quarterback position going forward. Because it's going to say all you need to know about where the priorities are in terms of management, in terms of coaches, and in terms of how valuable is that draft pick going to be. We'll break it down a lot more on Monday, guys. You know what time it is, 3 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern. Check your local listings. Y'all have a great one. Stop watching the New York Jets. It's only going to break your heart. I'm Austen Lane. Y'all stay casual.